Hi, welcome or welcome back to Books and Bocadillos. My name is Maria Andrea, and I'm back for another installment of my week in review videos. So the last time I did this was the week of May 4th, and I said in my lows, oh, I just caught a bug and no big deal. That bug turned out to be ongoing for the month, and I'm just starting now to kind of get over my allergies and things like that. So I hadn't recorded a week in review in some time. I'm now a year older since the last time I did my week in review video, and lots has been going on. So let's get to it. Hi. Well, I did have a birthday in since the last time. It was nice. It was really, really nice to just have a low-key birthday dinner with friends. My mom treated me to like a homemade, home-cooked meal. I haven't had a chance to go and do book haul stuff I wanted to do. I think I have. Well, I did. I pre-ordered a book. I picked up a book this last weekend. So a high was my nephew. He's getting really, really into books and reading, and he got a bronze medal. He got third place in his grade for what he read. He's getting really into reading. So he asked me to take him to Barnes & Noble on Friday, this last Friday. So I took him after I got out of work. We went to Barnes & Noble and I treated him to a couple of Dogman books because that's his favorite at the moment. And he's starting to be curious about Harry Potter. And I'm just really excited. I'm not really telling him what to read. I might suggest a book here or there. Like I pulled out a book and I was like, oh, I used to like this when I was your age. But I'm not putting anything in his cart that he doesn't want. So just trying to encourage reading. And so I got to do that. And I felt really happy that my nephew would not let anybody else take him to Barnes & Noble. He said he had to go with me because he wanted to go to Barnes & Noble with me, which tells me he really enjoys sharing his love of books and reading with me. And I just love that. I have that kind of relationship with one of my husband's nieces, and she enjoys going book shopping with me. So it's really, really special, like that connection where he sees my enthusiasm for books and he wants to be around that. And like we can be excited together. And like I said, I just let him pick whatever he wants to read, and I'm just excited for him to find something he loves. So that was a high. Like I did go and I had ordered a book, so it came in. It was waiting for me at the store to be picked up. I'll do a book haul video hopefully soon. I did get a couple of books for my birthday, and I want to talk about them and add them to my library and all that fun stuff. Lows. Well, just kind of like not being 100%, so still like it's super hot, trying to stay hydrated, trying to like not push myself too much and just being kind of easygoing. It's probably the low is probably just the climate and the fact that I'm still in recovery in terms of just getting to feel better. Community posts. I haven't posted. I meant to post something about Supper Club, which was last weekend, and I didn't get to post that. I started to do a short and then I didn't finish it. And I also meant to post some photos of the memorial garden that we planted. But one of the plants, my mom gave us a mint plant, and that one, the weirdest thing happened is with the heat, I think, we've been watering it and it'd been raining, so I didn't want to overwater it. But I think just with the heat, the plant like died. Like it just kind of burnt. It looks like it's burnt out, but it's growing on the side. So there's like a side little plant coming out, which I'm really excited about. So I will give it some time to settle in, the garden to settle, and then I'll take some photos. Tags. I have not recorded any tags. I am wanting to try to hop on a tag this coming week, but like I said, I've just kind of been in recovery and trying to take it easy, not trying to overdo things or push myself too much. So haven't been able to do a tag, but I know I have plenty of tags to choose from. There's this one tag, the booktuber behind the scenes tag, created by Robert, Reader of Books, I think is the channel name. I'm subscribed to that channel, and I think it's a brilliant tag, and I've been enjoying watching everybody's videos lately. So I would like to do that tag, but not in the conventional way. I haven't been tagged, so I probably won't do it in the sense of doing the tag, but I did do like a behind the scenes catching up on my comments video. It was a lot longer than I wanted it to be, but I'm thinking maybe I'll do a couple of like behind the scenes videos that pair with the question. So I think one of the questions in there is about tags. So I might do a behind the scenes video in which I address that question, that prompt about tags, and then do the tag. So there's a couple of ideas that I have going for like doing behind the scenes footage as a way to engage with the content, the prompts in that tag, not necessarily do the tag. Books that I've read. So the one book that I finished this week is Under the Whispering Door by T.J. Klune. I started this book a couple of weeks ago on audio, and so I just finished it this week. I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. Under the Whispering Door is about Wallace. Wallace is a lawyer, and he is arrogant. He reminds me of Scrooge from Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. And so what happens in the setup of the novel is, we know, it's not a spoiler, we know Wallace dies. He meets the Grim Reaper and goes into this intermediate world, a world where he's not yet crossed over, but he's a spirit, and he's interacting only with certain humans who are allowed to see him and interact with him but can't touch him. And so he is waiting out in this waiting period at this really cute tea house, and he's meeting alive humans and he's meeting spirits, and these people that he's meeting, they're all a family of sorts. And he's a curmudgeon, he's grumpy, he's grouchy, he's arrogant, he's not a kind person. But in this middle ground between life and death, he finds a new way of seeing the world and seeing himself. And I'll just leave it at that, because I think it's a fun exploration about death, dying, and our notions about what comes after the afterlife, so to speak. So it's a really interesting premise. I did really enjoy it. I enjoyed listening to it. I thought it was very well narrated. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a good book. I'm trying to think what else I want to say about it, but for now, I think that's all that I have on my mind. I haven't DNF'd any books, and I am currently reading a whole bunch. I'm currently reading Too Soon for Adios by Annette Chavez Macias. So Too Soon for Adios is a book that I started back in March, and this was my book for the Ben Reads Good Challenge. And it's the 15, the title that contains 15 letters. So I started it then, and then a bunch of just crazy things happened in the month of March that I've already talked about. Really like life, family, loss, grief, everything happened in the month of March. So I just, I kind of dropped off my reading. I abandoned a lot of stuff that I had started, not permanently, like I still intend to go back and finish books that I had started or were pending to be read that month. So Too Soon for Adios was when I had started, and I just started jumping back into it this week. I'm actually really enjoying it. I wouldn't know what I was expecting. I think my expectations were null, but I'm really, so far, really enjoying it. I'm like maybe in the 20 to 25% into the book, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. And that makes me really, really excited because in December, we'll be reading the latest release by Annette Chavez Macias. So I was kind of nervous about reading my first read to be the most current read and be the first encounter with Annette Chavez Macias. I've been recommended another one of her works as a starting point, and I haven't read it yet, but I would like to read it, hopefully before the end of the year. I'd like to have some Annette Chavez Macias build up to know how it compares, how her more recent book compares to her backlist. I am mentioning this again. I may not mention it all the time, but I'm reading Middlemarch. I joined a group on Reddit that is reading Middlemarch in a year. I'm a little bit behind that schedule now, but I am wanting to catch up and keep up with their reading schedule. I'm also reading the book for the Books and Bocadillos book club. I'm hoping to finish this by tomorrow. And this is Night at the Fiestas by Stories. It's a short story collection by Kirstin, Valdez, Quade. I am probably have like 2 or 3 stories left to go in the book. I am really loving it. I haven't been really active on my Discord in terms of talking about it because I feel like I have a lot of thoughts, but I am trying to be reflective before I go in and just like talk about all the books. And I'm also realizing that there's people that might still be picking it up or still engaging with it somehow. So I'm probably going to catch up on my Discord about this book this coming week, and I'm hoping to finish this by tomorrow. Tomorrow is Memorial Day in the United States, and so I am planning to do quite a bit of reading, hopefully. I always try to keep my Memorial Day plans a little low-key to include some time for reading, and I'm hoping that that happens to me tomorrow. I'm also reading The Art of Racing in the Rain by Garth Stein. Just started this recently. I'm not very far into it. I am at the very beginning within the first 3 chapters. And my heart. I know that this is a book that is going to make me cry. I'm pretty sure the dog dies in this book. And I had been warned that this was a very emotional read, but I am grieving and I am already half the emotions going for that. So I feel like this was my pick for Misery May because I wanted something to make me cry, and I'm thinking that this is going to do the trick, and it looks like it's a fast-paced read. So hopefully after I finish Night at the Fiestas, I can be all in and get this one read quickly. So that is The Art of Racing in the Rain by Garth Stein. I'm also reading, I started this a couple of weeks ago and I haven't finished it, but Death of a Salesman. I am behind on the endless drama schedule for reading plays with Angelia at the channel Read and Reread. I think she has picked some phenomenal plays. I have not been keeping up with the schedule. I haven't been in sync with their reading, so I haven't been active on the Discord because I'm behind. She did mention in a comment recently that she is expecting that people can always jump in, and I have that same expectation for the Books and Bocadillos book club, so I'm thinking maybe I'll go back and just not worry about being late and comment whenever I am ready to comment. But Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller is one that I am currently working on. In terms of community engagements, I am really excited because planning has begun for Yawgust. Yawgust is the event that I created last year for myself and kind of kept it really low key, didn't make a big thing of it, but I really enjoy reading YA lit, and I really like the idea of celebrating young adults and young adult readers and young adult literature and coming of age stories, and sharing that with the community and trying to find other people who enjoy. And I have found a kindred spirit in that young adult heart with Sui at Sui's Book Banter. So she and I are currently in discussion off booktube talking about YA literature and how we can work together for Yawgust and how we can support each other in the content that we put out for young adult literature. Summer of Steinbeck. I was really excited that this group happened and that I heard about it through Pat at Book Chat with Pat. So Melinda and I had already had a schedule for reading The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck in the month of June, and I was really excited about that. But now there's this group that's doing the Summer of Steinbeck, and East of Eden was on my radar for a book that I've already read but wanted to reread this year, and I thought I'll probably read this at some point in the coming months, but Summer of Steinbeck is here, so why not join them and read that book in July, which also works for Big Book Summer, an event co-hosted now, originally by Sue Jackson and now co-hosted by Melinda at A Web of Stories. And so for Big Book Summer, I have the Steinbeck books, Grapes of Wrath, East of Eden, and I'll do another video for Big Book Summer. And that is all for community engagements. I am still catching up on videos that I've been mentioning in the past or tags, things like that. So I am trying to get caught up and trying to watch other people's videos and comment. So if I haven't gone to your videos, I will get there. I am determined to catch up with my friends. And then for food, I always want to do a foodie mention at the end of these review check-in videos. And so I really want to talk about halo halo. Halo halo is a Filipino dessert. It's like a creamy iced dessert that has mix-ins, fruity kind of mix-ins. And I first heard of halo halo through Mia P. Manansala's Homicide and Halo Halo, and I used Mia P. Manansala's Halo Halo recipe in the back of this book. So halo halo means mix. So it is a dessert in which you have kind of like shaved ice, but creamier, and in between shaved ice and ice cream. So it's not as dense as ice cream. It's a little bit icier, but it's creamier than shaved ice. It's really delicious, really, really sweet. I wish that I had recorded this earlier because I could have had some halo halo with this video, but my mouth is watering. It's really late at night. I do not want to eat this much sugar at this time, but trust me when I tell you it is delicious. The halo halo mix-ins, you can buy a jar of halo halo mix-ins at a local Asian or Filipino store, which that's what I did. I went to one of our local Filipino stores and I bought some a jar with the halo halo mix-ins and some of the other recommended mix-ins or toppings. It was jackfruit and coconut beans, candied beans, which were surprisingly good. When I first thought I'm gonna put legumes in my ice cream, that kind of doesn't sound great, but these are legumes that have been sweetened and like syrup, and they're so good. So anyway, it's just a mix-in of a bunch of fruits and legumes, and it's actually really delicious, really, really tasty. I tried it for the first time. My friend who was here for supper club tried it, and she loved it too. My husband also tried it, and he really enjoyed it, but he was like, it's really, really sweet. So he skipped out on some of the toppings. He did put, I think, the coconut um, and one of the other ones too. It almost some of the texture of the toppings are like kind of like boba. So if you like boba tea, I think you might like some of the textures in halo halo. So I could put the recipe in the description box, but it's also in this wonderful series, which I love. The recipes in here are so good, so good. So this halo halo recipe did not disappoint. I would do it again, like for sure. So that is all that I have to share for my week in review. I will be back again soon with another bookish video for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Hasta la próxima.